An emotional synonym of happiness, always used in our society, is flower. Flower are supposed to be the thing that gives us pleasure. Whether it is the matter of giving blessing like bloom like a flower, or spread your fragrance like a flower, or it is a matter of decoration of roadsides or marriage palaces. Flowers are the most important part of our society during the celebrations. Dear students, today we are going to discuss about part 5 of our chapter Structure and Functions of the Living Organisms Plants. The flower, its structure, functions, what is pollination, fertilization, what is a fruit, its functions, what is the seed, and its functions are the topic we are going to discuss today in part 5. Good morning. Ready to learn science with me? Let's go. The short structure by which a flower attaches itself to the stem, that is called the pedicel. Are you watching in the picture? Pasted there. Now, what is bud? Bud is the early stage of flower, known as कली in हिंदी. पेडिसल को डंठल बोलते हैं और बड को कली बोलते हैं. नाउ क्वेश्चन arises, what is a flower? A flower is a most beautiful, colorful and attractive part of the plant. Reproductive part means this is the part of the plant which is responsible to produce the new plant. How, we will discuss later. Now, a typical flower consists of 4 whorls or rings. Why we are saying rings? Because these are present in the form of rings. First ring is known as sepals, second is petals, third stamens, and fourth one is pistil or carpel. Now this is the time to discuss it broadly as the text given in our book. The flower. The flower is the beautiful and attractive part of the plants. Flowers, however, differ in size, shape, and fragrance from plant to plant. Parts of a flower consists of several rings or whorls. As I have already mentioned you that 4 whorls or rings are sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. Now what we are going to discuss about these whorls is that we will discuss the number of that whorl, the color it is having there, and what are the functions. These 3 things will be discussed by a particular whorl or ring or part of a flower, you can say. Let's take the first ring or whorl, that is sepals. These form the outermost ring, means first ring, and generally green in color. What is their function? Is to protect the flower during its bud stage. Let's move towards the second ring of the flower, and that is petals. These form the second ring of the flower and generally brightly colored, means the blue, red, yellow, orange, different color of flowers you have observed around you, and that is because of this ring that is called the petals. And they are also having fragrance. What is fragrance? Fragrance is the sweet smell. I want to realize you one thing, that our nature is so powerful. If some structure is given to a thing, to an object, there is a purpose behind. So, what is the purpose behind of brightly colored petals and fragrance in this second ring of the flower? And answer is, these are given by the nature to attract the insects or human beings for pollination. What is pollination? We will discuss later after the completion of the structure of flower. Now, this is the time to discuss the third ring of the flower. This ring of the flower is known as stamens. Are you watching the men in the word? And this is the male part of the flower. This forms the third ring of the flower, and each stamen consists of two parts. A tube-like structure at the base supporting the sac-like structure that is called the anther. Anther contains pollen grains which are having male cell to form the baby plant later. How these pollen grains are helpful in forming a baby plant, we will discuss during this e-video. Let's move towards the fourth ring of the flower, that is called the pistil or carpel. Pistil or carpel is the fourth ring of the flower, and this is the female part of the flower. This part of the flower consists of three parts: ovary at the base, style in the middle, and stigma at the top. Every female is with style, so this female part is also with its style. This is all about the text belongs to structure of flower given in our book. Now I'm going to take you to those slides which I have prepared specially to describe this important part of the plant. First of all, what is flower? That is the question given at the back of our chapter. A flower is the most beautiful, colorful, and reproductive part of the plant. How many parts, important parts of flower are there? Answer is 4, that are in the form of whorls or rings: sepals, petals, stamens, pistil or carpel. Now I am going to show you all the 4 dissected part of the flower. Number 1, sepals. Form the first ring of the flower, generally green in color, and what is the function? To protect the flower during its bud stage. Second ring, petals. They form the second ring, brightly colored and having pleasant smell in them, so that what is the function? To attract the insects or human beings for pollination. Now the third ring, stamens, which is also known as the male part of the flower. These form the third ring. They are made up of two parts. The tube-like structure, filament, is at the base. This filament support the sac-like structure that is called the anther, and this sac is full of pollen grains. These pollen grains are helpful in the formation of fruits, and later on these fruits are having seeds in them. In seed there is future plant. Are you ready to grab the fourth ring of the flower? That is known as the pistil or carpel. And this pistil or carpel form the fourth ring of the flower, and it consists of three parts. the broad ovary at the base. Are you watching the location? Style is in between. As we know, every female is in style, so this female part is also with its style in between. And the stigma at the base, which is very sticky, so that it can hold the pollen grains. We will discuss about that whole concept later. So this is all about the four rings or parts of a flower. Now the story begins where these two parts, one is anther, another is stigma, are going to play an important role. And that will be explained in the next e-video. So dear students, don't forget to witness the formation of fruits and seeds in my next e-video. Thank you. Have a good day.